So the new you is the direct connection to your real awareness on the 7th level. That is the first real universe with the all is. And it's, like I've said, it's just very, very simple. If a person uses the or the hu or whatever, yes, you can use that, but that actually brings forward the alien factor or the reptilians, and you become astrally tap-lined. And especially in your dreams, you start to open up your aura, and your aura starts to be punctured, and eventually illness, disease, and cancers start to occur because these vibrations, these words have been taken over by this factor. And that's just how it is, just like the earth has been taken over by them. But most people do not see this. So again, I'm just reporting the news. It's not my opinion, etc. And anybody can see this if they want to. Most people do not want to see it. Well, that's fine. You don't have to. Anybody can stay in their la-la land here. The earth is simply a place to learn from. We are here to experience what is not real, because creation is a simulator to eventually recognize what is real. It's just that simple, but there's a lot more to it, and it takes a lot of defining because we're in a very complex world. And again, the society that we live in, for the most part, not the indigenous people, but the society, the social systems, are very literalized. They're very one-dimensional. Even though most people think they know more than life itself, they have become the know-it-alls. And this is actually where people limit themselves. So as you do the new you, the first steps are to gain your own experiences, watch your dreams, and to see what life will show you instead of you deciding what life is. So for the most part, most people decide that they have a God, God created them, and that God knows best, and that most people tell their gods what to do. This is the basic routine, and you can stay in that routine for as long as you want, and realistically, you'll just simply grow old. The idea of belief and hope and faith and all these things, those are cute ideas, but when you look at the sun, they don't exist. They really don't. They're just vapors in the mind, but people can hold on to those for lifetime after lifetime after lifetime. And one more thing, and that is that for the most part, most people will not experiment or test what I'm presenting, simply because they are afraid. And that is that everybody has fear within them from past lifetimes. We all went through a lot of lifetimes, and we carry a lot of fear, guilt, and all these other attitudes, attachments from relationships, good, bad, whatever, drama. And we don't see this on a conscious level. It's actually on an unconscious level. And so as we sort through this, it's just like all those papers that we stuff in the closet, and one day we open the closet and it all falls on us, all those little notes and ideas, etc. As we sort through it, then we get a better understanding of ourselves. Then we have a comparison to eventually recognize what is real, along with the knowledge, the super knowledge that I'm providing about the all is and the real universe is. So this is the step up now. Life is always now. What has taken place in the past, respectfully, that was for that time, and becomes a very good reference, but not a reality, because the isness life is all alive now, and it is more than the spirit idea. Okay, the spirit idea is off the astral realm. Basically, that's it. And when people sit down in their meditation or contemplation and see the light, they're seeing the astral light, because it has to start from there first. So when you do the new you are directly with the sound light reality into the real universes. Some people are able to start to recognize that right away. Others take a little bit longer. You have to earn your way, and you have to get through yourself also. So I've seen different people do it, and actually nobody's different. We're all beings of light. We're all super wonderful, real beings of real light. and we simply learn to recognize who we are. And this is where it is different from the ideas and traditions of the old so-called paths and teachings, etc. They simply deal along the lines of the old wisdom and ideas, which are all in creation. They don't go beyond creation. And to actually stand in the real universes of real freedom, you must recognize what's taking place. And it's just not one recognition. It's just not that aha moment like some people think. No. It's, yeah, you all of a sudden, you do start to see something, but then there's endlessly more and more and more. And so for those that are the real risk takers that step up and present the new you, they will see what others won't, because this is the reality life is. In other words, as you share the new you, as you decide to sing the new you, and it become a part of your life, a true reality with you, to where you become complete with it, well, then life shares with you. This is where everything equals itself. So it's not a matter of praying or begging or worshiping. We don't do that. That's with the gods of man. If a person wants to stay a slave and a prisoner in creation with the authoritarians on earth, then you worship and pray and get on your knees and beg for this or that. That's your choice, okay? But in life, you don't see the birds and the animals and the fish doing any of this. They don't do anything, any of these things that the humans do, and they don't destroy the natural environment. And that's our position also as wonderful worldwide educators. We are here for the natural environment, not only on this level of life, but all the levels of life. The all-natural environment is with everything, and it's direct from this isness reality, which is here and now. It's not a matter of up or down, even though I have described it, and we do have images showing that there are so-called different levels. This is for the literal mind to see, and we do need this. We start off in our literal area, but we don't need to end up there, because if we want real freedom, we need to stand in an area, in a true position, in a real position, which I call universal positioning, which supersedes astral projection, remote viewing, soul traveling, and all these other things that have been talked about, because they only exist in creation. UP is a real position, universal positioning with the all is and the real universal guides and the sound light reality. The all aliveness life is. It's so cool how it is, and to where you are no longer the effect. And so the old ideas of religion, politics, spiritual paths, or initiations, or masters, or presidents, or queens, whatever, have fun with that. You'll just grow old for more lifetimes. You'll be tap-lined because they love to tap-line you. Simply test the new you. Simply sing the new you. It's so effortless. Again, a child can do it. And just simply be cool, and life will show you. Learn to let life show you what is real now. I suggest to contact Rebazar Tars, Paul Twitchell, Gopal Das, Yabal Sakabi, and there are other real guides on the real side. And yes, they did play other roles in the past. That is gone altogether, but in some people's mind it still sticks there like a bumper sticker on the back side of their head. That's their choice. And maybe on their car too, I'm not sure. But anyhow, these are cute ideas. There are no more initiations. The initiation idea is passé with so many other things. People thinking they're at some particular level. Again, let life show you where you're really at. If you want to be real, let life show you. More so than the computer from a corporation, but that's your choice if you want to feel good with that. Some people are into power and control, and yeah, kind of like Lex Luthor. Yeah, it's a lot of fun, isn't it? And so it's all obvious what's going on, but some people, again, they like the game. but there is a bit bigger and better picture, and that's what we provide. We are just a lot of fun, and we are wonderful. So with that, I'm going to take some questions here if there are any. You can find myself and Ava, Duane and Ava, on Facebook. You can look up Duane the Great Writer. I'm all over Google. Anyone can Google me on the internet. Duane, D-U-A-N-E, The Great Writer, 4 words. And we will send you a free book in PDF format, and you can start your real journey to real freedom, your choice. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Chris. Do we have any questions, Chris?
Yes, we sure do. Thank you very much for that presentation, and we'll give it over to Val.
Yes, thank you, Duane. Just a quick question. You talked about the other words, hue and amen, om. Can the new sound be distorted just like the old ones, or is it just it just is? It just kind of protects itself, or it just is. You know, you can't do anything with it. So in the future, as people use it more and there becomes more distortion in the world, what happens to the sound?
Well, the sound itself, anything can be distorted in creation, okay? And the is decides what is real. We don't decide that, no matter who you are, or if you're the CEO of a corporation, you don't decide that, okay? The is decides it. And those people that are still using the hue and the om and whatever, they haven't been looking at the real side life is. They have just in their minds deciding that they know more than life itself. And I will say that anything can be distorted. That's a decision that people make. The hue was only meant to be, and the om and others were only meant to be here for a certain time, and that was it anyhow. They've run their course, and it's all okay. It's all okay. And if people want to feel good with that, that's fine. But right now, the is has decided the new you. And realistically, no. Okay, in people's minds, they think they can. It's like looking at the sun. Can you grab it with your hands? No, you can't. And so the new you is what the is has decided. And the is had decided all these other things at one time, but no longer. It has given it over to those that want to manipulate others. So it let them have it. You know, it's like it's kind of like a parent buying a toy, and then but has 3 children, and the children are fighting over the toy. Well, it's like, you know, the parent can take the toy away, but then it's like, okay, here, you can have it. Go ahead and fight over it. And the same thing with the om and the hue and whatever. And that is that you know, certain individuals wanted it for a controlling factor, which it is now. So the is decided, okay, you can have it. Play with it with as long as you want. I'll just decide a new position, and that's the new you. It's very, very simple. So again, it's a door, it's an opening that's here right now. Whatever happens to it, again, it's free will in creation here. That's very real. I'm not going to say. Prophecy is basically a fallacy because it's really cause and effect is what it is. Yes, it does occur in creation, but reality is so much better because it's clean and pure. The is clean and pure. So for those of you that, you know, sing the new you and have the pure heart, well, whatever takes place on the earth will, and then just simply look to the is will show you what's real now. But right now it's the new you, isn't it? Yeah.
Is a follow-up question, what could the is actually create come up with a new word later too? I mean, is this like the word, or
does it really matter?
Well, that's
I'll ask you the question now. Does it now? Are you does it matter? Are you worried?
No. I knew I was going to take a risk asking that, but I just asked it anyway.
Well, that's your literal.
Because, yeah, I know.
Yeah, that's your literal side you play ping pong with, right? You run from one side of the table to the other, right? You got to be fast. Yes. Yeah. So again, this is where we start to jump around. When we just let go and just be now, let's just see what the is does. Okay, there's the idea. No forecasts. Okay, I'm not the weatherman. Yes. But you can be. Yeah. But anyhow, I'm not making fun of you, but yes, people do have to ask those questions, but I can't decide for life. Right now it's the new you. That's what it is. And let's see what happens. That's where you take the risk. It's scary, isn't it? Huh? But it's a lot of fun. Just got like those thrill rides at Magic Mountain. Scary, but fun. Yeah. Was there another question, Val, or are we next here, Chris?
Kelsey's got one here.
Oh, good.
You talked about, Duane, the seeing the new you in different ways, and I was just going to mention, to add to that, singing it in the shower, riding the bike, or whatever. So, we can be creative. We've recognized that. And again, thank you for this presentation, Duane. And I was just going to ask if maybe you could mention a little bit about this. Well, you mentioned the 5 bodies, and you come back in with a new mind and a body, and you don't recognize you were here before. Well, I remember you saying that there's actually a really long line to come back in that wraps around planets. Could you say something about that?
All right, for those of you out there that are interested in the really long line that you have to stand in, well, it's according to your cause and effect karma and what's taking place, what you did and what you didn't do, etc. Because everybody came here to wake up. That's really the whole idea why you came here. It's not that you just came here to be a good person, and that's it, and believe in the gods of man and be nice to everybody. Yes, that's fine. That's an aspect of things, but there's, just like that's 1 degree in a circle with 360 degrees. There's a lot more to it. But yes, it's very real. You can see what's going on today with all the purposely planned demise of the planet. The pharmaceuticals, the vaccines, the chemtrails, etc. It's harder to bring bodies in, and so people want to keep coming back here because they have a lot of attachments, they have karma, and they want to have the experience. And so if they don't come here, they'll go to some other planet or whatever. It's kind of like making a reservation if you're going to be a tourist and go to some town. And, they've got a lot of different hotels there. So let's just say those are different planets as an example in the physical realm. Well, some of the hotels are full. So you got to find somebody else, or you find some shady hotel by the side of the road somewhere, because all the big hotels are full because it's holiday and, everybody's made their reservation. So you're going to be wherever it is, and that's the risk you take too. So either you learn to free yourself now, or you roll the dice, and the dice that you're rolling has more than 6 sides. This is the funny thing about the dice of life, and that is that you don't know what number's going to come up, and that is that because as you come back in here, you've forgotten very, very fast. And I could give many experiences, and one is a relationship that I've had, and that is that this individual, I knew them in this lifetime, and then they came back as a relationship within this lifetime, and they've totally forgotten within the same lifetime who they were, and they were very aware. But they have a new body and a new mind, and now they have to deal with it. And right now they're not doing very good. And so again, they could be trapped. So those that are listening and that can be aware and have the courage to step up and just simply sing the new you and take the risk, lucky you, because there will be very few that will see this. And again, it's not about me. It's just simply test the new you, look to the is, look to the real guides. There's real guidance there. More so, and what we're presenting makes sense. But yes, that line is long, and you can end up anywhere. It's like standing in the post office, and you're in the line, and then all of a sudden they close all the tellers and say, well, you have to come back tomorrow. It's closing time. We can't deal with you. So you're in the line, so what do? Come back tomorrow and the next day and the next day and the next day. You have time for that? Well, when you're standing in the line that comes back into the Earth or other planets, it can be quite a long time. You decide. So what people are doing is they're actually practicing at the post office and the grocery store and other places and at the movie theater, and especially when you're going to get your car smogged or you got to go to the DMV, the line, it's pretty long, isn't it? Or maybe waiting in traffic on the freeway. That's nothing compared to waiting to get back into a new body so you can be unconscious again and go through this grind and try and wake up. But for those that are listening, lucky you. Yes, I suggest don't let it go, because it's taken you thousands upon thousands of lifetimes through many different forms to get here. And so again, gratitude is a very good attitude to have with this. So yes, Kelsey, it's very real. And anyone can see this on the real side. It's not a belief, okay? It's not like I believe this or I don't believe that. It can be shown on the real side. But then an individual can say, well, gee, that's just a dream. Well, you decide, what is this? This is the passing dream. You're just growing old. Is that a dream? Well, it's not a good dream, but some people think it's okay until that moment comes where you pass over and you don't know where you're going. And most people don't, even though they have religious beliefs. Well, is belief going to get you a better job and a pay raise? No. And it's not going to get you anywhere either. It's all about how you discover things and knowing where to go and having the awareness to do it. So yeah, that is a long line. Yes, it is.